Okay, I actually don't know how this is going to work, but I'm currently going to attempt to work on this bad boy. And this will be a little bit of me fiddling with everything to get this to work right. Where I can do the things I need to do in front of the camera. Because actually, I kind of work like this. I might actually be able to make this work. So, this is kind of a kit-bashed amalgamation of a Redemptor, because he has two weapon arms. One, the Gatling cannon, the other one, the double barrel from the Invictor Tactical Warsuit. Right now, I don't know. I'm currently using Vallejo Bloody Red because I feel it is like it pops the best against the Black Templar color scheme. It's a very nice red. Can I get under there? I don't think so. So I never actually watch anybody paint, so don't really know how people do their commentary or anything. I'm just here. Yeah, I'll clean over and paint a little bit later. Painting being an additive process, I can always cover up mistakes. Can always clean up if I screw up. Why is this going on so bad? Oh, I don't have it thin enough, that's why. Yeah. I'll come back and fix that side later. Or maybe I have it too thin. I don't know, I'll figure it out. I haven't painted it in a long time. Is my one viewer the one this Dreadnought belongs to? See, the benefit of painting in front of a camera is the same thing as like when I take pictures of my miniatures. Is I can see my mistakes on camera better than I can see them through my naked eye. Yeah, I think the red looks really good on top of the black. See, knowing pretty much nothing about how to paint Black Templars, I'm kind of just winging it. But that's pretty much how I do everything. You know, fake it till you make it. So this whole project of these Templars is kind of just me doing it for a friend, because I really like kit bashing stuff and I want something to work on. And this thing's somewhere out of my wheelhouse of what I'm used to, which is how this bastard came to be. Which I need to reprime it because I primed it yesterday when it was super humid and some of the primer didn't stick right in some places, so I gotta clean that up and fix it. But this thing, and I kind of screwed up its original base piece, so I used a clear acrylic rod, and the turret's around here somewhere. I haven't primed it yet, but oh, come on. Putting this sheet down was might have been a mistake, because everything sticks to it. Where is the Templar I've been working on? There he is. Let me grab all my bases real quick. Shit. So it's supposed to be that Ultramarine Captain, I think. I don't completely remember, but I've repurposed it into a Templar. I need decals. I was out of shoulders after I built this guy, and you know, he kind of fell apart when I was taking him, or I tore him apart while I started painting because I was annoyed by his cape. But so instead of standing on a dead orc like he's supposed to be standing on, I didn't feel like paying an orc, and I wanted to be something different. So I attempted. Well, I built a Heretic Marine and then decided on Alpha Legion after the fact. I think the colors, it's not shiny enough, but I think the color's the right color. It just needs to be more shiny. But if we look at some of the other guys I've built, it's a custom made chain gauntlet. And he's got 10 guys with shields that look like this. I'm trying to figure out what color of plasma to do for these guys, because I think the blue is kind of boring, but I don't know how I feel about the green. Maybe purple? I don't know. I gotta play with colors. Let me grab the one. So from my cabinet behind me, this is one of the Templars that he's not completely complete yet, but he's kind of like a proof of concept for the colors. How the hell did I get paint on his chest right there? I'm gonna have to fix that. But yeah, I don't know how that paint got there. I'll fix it later. So yeah, I kind of made him that whole knight look. kind of one I just made for my own. Like, I thought it would be cool to add like my own flair to this army, like my own style. The banner carrier is wearing a beaky, carrying a flame pistol and a bolt pistol on a Reaver body or Phobos armor. He's, I don't know. The banner's just made out of a chunk of box and paper clip. I don't know how I'm gonna paint it yet, but it's, to me, he's like really interesting. I feel like he'll look pretty cool when he's painted. Okay. I don't know if those. Can I mute those so they don't vibrate? There we go. Huh. So the white paint I put on as a test shows through no matter how many times I go over it. That is kind of annoying. So this model, like multiple of the others, is a second-hand model that my buddy bought, I believe, off of Facebook Marketplace. If he's actually the one viewer, he'd be. But so they're missing parts. Like, I should have cut those off, but the part that goes between here and the leg is missing on both sides. I should have cut that bit off. And this thing was assembled very poorly. Okay, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I was gonna try a new color for highlights. I used to use, or I use Vallejo German Gray for my Zealot army. But I haven't been able to find it lately until I went to a Hobby Lobby instead of my local hobby store and actually found a new bottle of German Gray. And I was told it should work as a highlight color for black. So if you hear it, that's the sound of my paint shaker. It might not be completely necessary in everybody's eyes, but I like having it. Saves me from having to shake the living crap out of a paint. Especially when it's been sitting on a shelf for a while and is slightly separated. So I'm going to add airsoft BBs to the paint bottle. Help it shake it up a bit. Citadel paints need them bad. Vallejo paint's not really that much off them. Usually one BB doing these. Citadel paints, so I'm usually putting like 5 BBs into a paint container at a time. Oh, shit. See if I can get the damn cap off this thing without spilling the paint everywhere. The only problem with these dropper bottles is getting them completely... Oh, Jesus. That is a mess. Put that over there. Yeah, just a little brown BB in there. It helps agitate the paint while it's on the mixer, and knocks loose any like clumps. The only downside is it can get stuck in the dropper bit. Not actually stuck, just I gotta beat it to get it out. we go. That's perfect. So I tend to not use a wet palette anymore. I used one for a while. Now I just use a sheet of like baking paper, and I use my water thing. Just transfer water from this onto a brush, and it's wet enough, and mix the paint up as I'm working. It seems to work. Or, I mean, it works for me. The hell, what do I know? I'm just a amateur. I even got paint. Yeah, I go. Wonder if it'll dry lighter, because that really does not show up right now the way it is. I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing. I might have to get even a lighter gray than this. Because I actually don't know if that's actually going to show up at all. Since this thing is technically like a vehicle, I could just do the old bare metal highlight. Scratch all the edges up. Yeah, if you don't use your own skin as a palette, are you even doing it right? I honestly don't even know if this is actually going to show up as actually work as highlight or not, because I'm not seeing anything from it. I might have to mix some white in, which I really don't want to. Because you start mixing white, stuff gets too bright sometimes. I'm also really bad at mixing colors consistently. You know, I wonder if I dry brushed it over, if that would make a difference. Oh shit, I just now noticed I missed the entire inside of this panel. Oh, I did it on both sides. I'm not perfect. I also still haven't painted his feet, because I don't... They might just be black like the rest of the armor, or I don't know. I haven't figured out yet what I'm doing. I am completely winging it, because just the way I do things. Hell, I don't even know if you can hear me very well. Literally just streaming this off my phone. So I'm sure the camera quality is dog shit, because my phone's 8 years old. Holy crap, my phone's eating. Yeah. Yeah, that's... Time flies when you're poor. I actually don't know if I want to do the bit that goes around the gun in gunmetal or actually make it red. Oh shit, can I get under the shield and get that? Crap, did I pin the shield on or is it just glued on? Can I get under there and get that without getting it all over the shield? Eh, kind of. Yeah, at least in the part that matters. So I think I might actually just do this. Alright, this brush doesn't have the... Yeah, I didn't get that one cleaned off very well. Or even doing it right if you don't lick your brushes. Use your mouth to try and straighten the bristles up. Acrylic paint. Tasty. Wow, why does it look like it's going on so shitty? Normally it doesn't look like that. Maybe if I... What brush is this? No. Maybe try this brush, maybe. I might just have the paint too thin or something, I don't know. See, I tend to try and keep, like, as long as both hands are touching the thing, I keep myself a little more stable, and you can't see what the fuck I'm doing. But I can, like, I'm not, like this I feel really shaky, but like this it feels like more stable because both hands are touching the model. I don't know, I could be crazy. I mean, I am probably crazy, but... I'm crazy in the fun way. Not crazy in the schizophrenic way. Except for I am talking out loud to people that aren't responding because there's probably actually nobody watching. So maybe I am schizophrenic. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to fucking fix that up. Oh well. Fuck it, we'll fix it in post. Alright, back to the small brush. I'm gonna say it, these Citadel brushes kind of fucking suck. still find that my favorite brush is my Vallejo brush, and I need to find a replacement for it, or like find extras, because I am sure I will destroy it. So I am, not a very great painter, so I'm very bad about cleaning my brushes. I don't clean them as thoroughly as I should. See, you can tell that part is like second or third hand because it's been like the paint's been stripped off of it so many times that some of the details are missing from the skull. It also doesn't help that when I was learning how to strip paint, I was using alcohol. I have figured out now that simple green does a very good job at removing paint. Yeah. This is my favorite brush. It's a Vallejo. It came with a paint set, and I need to find more of them. Do I want to do the... Why is that chain loose again? Fuck me, I'm gonna have to fucking re-glue it again. So, that little pin there is a paper clip that I did to that. It'll be fine when it's all glued back together. I might just black casing, metal body, red ammo containers. Yeah, that works. Need a little bit more red paint. Yeah, but I really like this color. This is a very bright red, and I like it a lot. Oh, get it down in that little recess. There we go. If I wasn't terrible with an airbrush, I'd just do a lot of this via an airbrush, but I am a terrible airbrush painter. I'm also a terrible airbrush owner. I don't clean it properly. When I'm done running my airbrush, I take the needle out and the fuck, I don't know what you call it, but the nose cap, like the very end of it, the nozzle, and I just put it in a jar of simple green to break all the paint off of it, and then when I pull it out, then for the next usage I just wipe it all off. All I do is make sure I don't put any seals in there, because I have a feeling it'd be bad on the seals. But it eats the paint right off, so it's really convenient. Fuck was that? Just heard the weirdest noise outside. Don't know if it was a child or a dog. Yeah, the red really pops against the black. I really like it. Wait, is this the Gatling gun off of my dreadnought? I actually can't remember if that Gatling gun I'm using is the one that I built for my Dreadnought and never used. Yes, it is. Son of a bitch. Why the fuck did I use my own when I have the one that came off of this? Yeah. Whatever. I do dumb shit. Man, I feel like I'm getting the thinning mixture wrong today. I might be. It's been a while since I've painted. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting the thinning mixture wrong. I'm either going too heavy on the water or too light. Oh, right there's way too much water. Yeah, son of a bitch. Be good for a glaze, but terrible for basing. But it might actually be able to thin out some of the rough spots. So, fuck it. I'm working outside of view again, son of a bitch. Alright, I gotta refill my water thing real quick. I got this, what is it, Green Stuff World, the paint, flushable paint thingy. I wish, well, after I bought it, they started selling a larger reservoir tank, but the, what it drains into needs to be deeper as well, because I will fill it very fast with the amount I wash my brush out. Oops, son of a bitch. Spilled water all over the fucking place. Okay. Who the hell is Mo? Yeah, that works. Alright, let's switch over to the Gatling gun and finish doing the trim over here like I was doing. How in the hell did I get metallic all over this fucking thing? I thought I painted... yeah, whatever. it must just be that I'm too thin of a coat. I don't know. Yeah. Trying to keep this thing in focus kind of sucks. Especially when my phone's as old as it is and it doesn't like the autofocus very well anymore. Then the lens is filthy. Somehow there's dirt underneath the lens cover. Oop, shit. Yeah, fix it later. Well, since the chain's loose, I can actually get it out of the way, maybe. Yeah, re-glue it later. Theoretically, I probably could pull it off and just reattach it later. Yeah, that's too much work. I'm not gonna do it. So it was already a pain in the ass to get it on here because we had the build mounts for it. Yeah. And then this bit black. Yeah, let's make the ammo can red. I like the idea of the ammo canisters being red. And an otherwise kind of monochrome army, it's nice to have a little bit of color. Oh, and there goes the storm siren going off, or the weather radio going off. Yeah, I love the Midwest, having to deal with fucking tornadoes all the time. Or hell, you don't even gotta worry about the tornadoes, it's just the damn warning thing going off all the time. I mean, there are tornadoes. I've just never been hit by one, luckily. That would fucking suck cock. Consistency's right. My skin, at least. And it's really thin on the model. What the fuck? Why are you being like this today, Paint? Why? What is your problem? Oh, the wind is kind of shifting. Fuck. Or actually, it might be a tornado. Oh well. Fuck it, we ball. Yeah, as long as I can get colors spaced out. It's kind of just my whole theory with painting is get colors blocked out, even if they look kind of crappy to begin with. I can come back and fix it. Yeah, when I get around to decals, maybe like put a warning decal or something on here. Like, warning explosive. No shit. It's a fucking ammo can. I love putting obvious warnings on things. Like, hey, caution, hot, on a flamethrower. Yeah, so like you can see where I kind of had to splice the leg back together. Apparently I forgot the whole paint the bottom of that part too. I probably should. Yeah, they could probably be black. Yeah, it's kind of strange trying to paint something when you don't know the paint scheme, like how it should be. I mean, hell, my color scheme while painting is I use the brown, the base, anything that's supposed to be like gold or brass, or anything like skulls. They'll go back to being white through layers. I think I have a better example of this somewhere up here at least. I mean, not really, but for example of my Hellraider logo or emblem, whatever the fuck you want to call it. This guy's cool. The idea of him just being, oh, I got two guns, do. No, I thought it'd be cooler if he's actually had a melee weapon. Which, for the Black Templar army, I have 3 more of these guys I need to build for the Templars and build custom bases for. This dude's landing on a skull. You can't actually see it. There it is. There's a paperclip. Yeah, paperclip ran through the base and up through, like, deep into his leg. I actually need. I primed him on a flying stand and then hated it, so I tore it all apart and rebuilt the base. And need to prime the base now. Oh, I guess I need to reprime his foot too. How the hell did that get? Huh. I don't think I have a single one of those guys painted yet. No, because the third one's sitting over there in my cabinet, just prime, not painted. I don't have any of my Hell Raiders over here. They're all... these are some of the first models I bought. Like, I bought these within a month of starting Warhammer. I still haven't finished painting them. I've painted one of the three. And the one I've painted, I've turned into a sniper. And then there's this monster that I have painted and then stripped and started painting again like 3 times. I just think the idea of a walking gun turret is kind of cool. I need to actually work on him. That was another project I built a long time ago and haven't got around to finishing. This is kind of a teaser to something that I'm working on that's huge. What could this giant repulsor engine be to? Another teaser is these things. I love the way they glow, and like they kind of look like they're glowing under the light. I love vehicle-based plasma weapons. They're so fun to paint. It's so hard to do it on the actual infantry scale. Man, I don't know what to paint. I don't really know how to finish this right now. I'm kind of hitting that block of I don't know how to do this well. I think. Ow. I got a chunk of something and a cut. But I think like this area, like this part of the housing should be black. That will go to gunmetal. Black gunmetal. Keep this lower area gunmetal. Paint these hoses black. Paint that skull. What the hell color do I use for the trim for the? I think it's like a gold. I wrote it down somewhere. And then on this gun, the raised bit, paint black. Keep all the lower bits gunmetal. Don't know about this rear bit yet on both guns. Paint the skull, paint the hoses. And then this big boy, we need to get the hoses on either side painted, the spotlight, the exhaust tips, this upper gun, the other lights, gun barrels, rockets. Get his feet painted. I have an idea for the bases. I haven't actually. I'm experimenting right now with some material. Back here, the Mechanicus, or this symbol will be painted with the gold. These back panels should be black. Oh, there's so much to do, and I'm just hitting that weird block of I don't want to do it. It's like the whole detail. Like, when there's too many details, you kind of get overwhelmed trying to paint them. Like this guy. Need to do the trim. Need to do the gun. Fuck. Wow, he is really in a bad shape. I missed a lot of spots. You paint or fix the trim between his legs and up his ass. Fix under the arm. Is that even primed? Yeah, it's primed. Yeah, he needs a lot of work. Oh, I need to stop biting off way too many projects at once. Because I've got my Hell Raiders, Zealots, the Astreus, the Knight, a completely untouched Mastodon, the Templars, my Trader Guard. Fuck. Actually, do I have any unpainted models for the Trader Guard? Yes, I have a handful of Chaos Terminators that are Sons of Malice, so another black and white paint job, kind of a pain in the ass. And one squad of my Trader Guard. No, 2 squads of them are still not completely painted. Their colors are there, they're just not detailed. And I've kind of been thinking about repainting my Knight, like my my small Knight, the plastic Knight. But I might have to tear them apart to do that, because I kind of want to do a kind of extreme paint job. You know what? I actually might do that. Fuck, that'd be biting off another fucking project that I... Fuck. I want to do it, though. Oh, and on the Big Knight and the base for the Astreus, I am attempting to use some resin water and make water effects. But it's Hobby Lobby special, so I don't know how that's going to work out yet. I bought it as an experiment. Not really that much of a loss when it's like $8. I can do something with it. Which actually I need to go check the resin on the Astreus base. Not good. I'm gonna have to clean it off and restart it. Son of a bitch. Get this big boy out of the way. Might as well bring it over here and work on it. Yep, I put it on too thick. And it came out all fucky. It's still liquid, so I can clean it up at least. I wanted to kind of have it look like a little bit of a stream, but all of it settled down here, and it's too deep, and it's overflooded onto a bush, and yeah. Time to clean. Oh god, cleaning resin's a fucking bitch. I really need to experiment more before I actually throw it on projects, not just jump headlong into attempting to do things I've never done before. But hey, you don't learn until you make mistakes. And when you make the mistakes, you learn what not to do. Or you just learn ways to, do it wrong in a weird way. I don't know. And sometimes you learn how to do shit wrong, and it actually gives you a way of doing it to get a different desired effect. Oh, I gotta peel this bush. Oh, this bush is completely stuck on here. Son of a bitch. How am I gonna get this off? Fuck. Yeah. Okay, it's kind of off. I'll just have to cover it with paint or something. Yep. And it ran down the sides too. Fuck. I should have. I'm all out of masking tape, or I actually would have made a retaining thing around here. One of the channels I like to watch, Boy Like Hobby Times. He does a lot of resin work. He's a lot more experienced with it than I am. But that's kind of the idea behind doing resin, is because of watching his videos. Oh, and this fucking resin container. Where's the craft brush? Oh yeah, let's make the resin fucking container in a way where it fucking likes to clog itself. This should self-level. Just do it nice and thin now. Not really meant to be a deep amount of water, just a kind of surface level water. There we go. We'll see how that works. Fuck, where'd I put my toothpicks? Yeah, they are. Yeah, we'll see how that dries this time. It's not as blue, which probably better. Oh, yeah, I see it's not settling correctly over here. So let's kind of feather around a bit. Yeah, on the night, what I'm using for resin is essentially just a puddle, like a shell crater puddle. It's not a huge. Wow, that bubble does not want to fucking pop. There we go. I don't have a butane torch to pop these with. Or do I? I have my soldering iron, which creates a good amount of heat out the side. I don't know if it has to be an actual flame or if it can just be heat. I guess we will find out. Get some resin in that little pocket there. Hopefully I don't melt nothing, because this is on a foam base, so... Oh, shit. It seems to be kind of working. Yeah, about as well as I can want it to, I guess. It's kind of forming bubbles there. Might be cooking it, I don't know. Maybe agitate it while I do it. Oh! Okay. I don't know what the fuck that was. Whatever. Get a fucking cat. God damn it. God, that should that should be enough. Yeah, nice little like butane soldering iron. It's come in handy quite a few times, especially doing the wiring on the night. The wiring at his eyes was a pain in the ass. And the battery housings broke 3 times. Well, I'm gonna call it quits there.